Right, okay. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna have to do the intro first, and then I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong.
Oh, Granger hating on drummers again. This is
I'm
going
not
in.
hating on drummers.
Granger's hating on drummers again. Is it just your drummers that you've ever played with, or every drummer? Is this? Welcome to episode 7 of Band for Life.
Hello.
Is this a New Year thing?
Hello.
Okay, thanks. Yep, Granger's going there again. Granger's broke. We've not even started.
Hello.
Granger's broke. Good. I'll just talk to myself for a bit.
Hi. Welcome to Band for Life.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Thanks for watching.
So this week we have Kallugo.
So this week we have insert name.
Kill him.
Oh, it's me on autopilot. Welcome back, guys. Thanks for watching. This week we do have Kallugo on a little bit later on. That's our band this week. Cool. How would you describe it?
This is what happens when we don't prep.
How to describe we prep intensely. I prep intensely.
Do you prep intensely?
Mm.
Anyway, yeah, so this week we have on Kallugo.
Kallugo.
I've been informed that you have to say it with a southern accent, like you're very posh. Kallugo.
Kallugo. Oh, Kallugo. Kallugo.
Anyway, I
Come on.
want to say relatively new band, but they've been going about a year, haven't they? But
I haven't got about a year.
Yeah.
What? I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, they're pretty. I know that one of the members is pretty young as well, compared to other members we've got. I think she's 17. Yeah, like it'd be nice to get a band on who've only been going for a year, rather than normally we get bands on that have been going for a bit longer. So yeah, it'll be good.
We'll have a little chat later on. We've got our album of the week.
Yes.
This week.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Album of the week.
Yes, but hello world. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Welcome back. This week's topic of the start is presented to you by Pete.
Drummers are the most important person in the band.
No.
Yes. There you are. You're hating on drummers again already.
No. And
yes.
You go first, and I'll tell you why you're wrong.
A band is only as good as the drummer.
Is that your whole argument is in one analogy?
You name me a great band with a crap drummer.
White Stripes.
Apparently Meg White's very good.
Apparently she is. She actually is apparently a very good drummer, but decides to play in this in that style.
Right, so she decides to play in the style that you clearly don't like. Why do you hate drummers?
I don't hate drummers.
Is this something from your childhood? Is it because you bought a drum kit once and couldn't play it? Is that what it is?
No, I just think that a band is made up of all of its members, and what I will say is I think a drummer is an incredibly vital and important part of a band. I will admit that having a bad drummer can ruin a good band, and having a good drummer can make an average band seem really good. So having a good drummer
had that.
What?
We had that.
Yeah, we did.
Great drummer and average band.
I agree that having a good drummer is like amazing. But I can't say that they're the most important member because most people, when they listen to a band, they're listening to everything. They listen to the singer, obviously, who is generally the front person and most of the time the spokesperson of the band, especially during gigs. You've got the guitarists who do solos and things as well, but are sometimes out there and their own the kind of area of expertise, and sometimes they'll do solos and people, it's a solo, how cool is that? You've got bassists who are also a rhythm section. You've got potentially keyboardists, potentially other areas. Drummers are vital, but they're at the back.
Drummers are the most important person in the band.
I can't say they're the most important person, because I believe
then
that the
who
whole
is
band,
the most important person?
Nobody. I think that the whole band is
You're wrong.
No, because if you take a good band, right, who've got an amazing singer, and you take the amazing singer away,
and then put me on drums,
and pop in a shit singer, or a singer that's not quite as good, then just because the band has got an amazing drummer, they've lost that part of the band. So now the band isn't as good. So then you could say, well, it was the singer that made that band. Therefore, the singer in that band was the most important part.
Right, I'm not being funny. If you went to go and see, let's go with any of the first legendary band that comes to mind, Queen.
Queen.
If you go and see Queen, and Queen is still great.
Yeah, what's the drummer's name again?
Freddie is obviously not.
What's the drummer's name again?
I don't know.
Well, what's the singer's name?
I don't know if it still is, but it was Adam Lambert.
Okay, what was the original singer's name?
Freddie.
What was the original drummer's name?
I can't remember, but people.
Oh, yeah.
No, I didn't say you had to know them, right? But if you went to go and see Queen, and I was on drums, then Queen would sound shit.
I don't think you could say Freddie would sound shit if you were on drums, dude.
No.
I think Queen would still sound amazing.
Right? I can hold a beat, but if you've got a rock band, all right, I'm going to backtrack a little bit. A drummer is the most important part of a rock band.
Okay, now we're changing things. Okay, now we're changing the goalposts.
That's all I'm going to change. They are the entire heartbeat of the band.
I didn't say they weren't.
They are they are the linchpin. If the drummer loses it, the rest of the band tend to lose it. Because, have you ever tried to rehearse in a rehearsal studio without your drummer?
Yeah, it's awful.
It's horrendous.
I've done it to a click track before. It was the worst thing in my life. I wanted to shoot the speakers. We had a click track on. We were just playing to a click track. It was the worst thing I've ever.
Yeah, it's awful.
Right. And I'm not saying, because this is the thing, because you say I hate on drummers. I am not hating on any drummers. Drummers are vital. And I agree that drummers are the heartbeat of the band. I agree with that. But what I don't agree with is saying that the drummer in every single band is the most important member, because I believe that it is the entire band. Or sometimes there are bands where, for example, they just use session drummers.
Who are amazing. A session drummer, by definition of being a session drummer, is amazing.
That also makes them replaceable. And could the most important member of a band be replaceable?
I didn't say that they weren't replaceable. Arguably, apart from a few people who've got very obvious signature sounds like Brian May or Slash or someone like that, you could replace every single member of that band except for the singer and no one would know.
So, well, you see, this is what I'm not necessarily saying the singer's the most important part.
I'm not saying a drummer is the least replaceable part of a band.
It can make a difference. I'll admit that. It can make a huge difference.
I'm saying that the drummer is the most important person in the band. They are the linchpin. They are the person who drives the band along or pulls you back. Or if you have a weak drummer, your band is weak.
I think if you have a weak drummer, it can definitely hinder the band. But I don't know if I would say, because I mean, for example, Freddie, Queen, I would listen to him without a drummer.
Maybe Queen was a poor example. I mean, your average pub band then.
I think your average pub band Again, I think it's important to have a good drummer, but I do also think that like if you had a great drummer and the rest of the band weren't up to scratch, then irrelevant. So
I disagree. I think I've seen a lot, and I'm probably included in this, of average guitar players sound great in bands because they've got a wicked drummer holding everything together.
Okay, yeah, you know what? I have actually. I'll agree. I have seen that as well.
And I've even heard average bass players do the same. They've just held together by the drummer. In fact, I've been the average bass player held by the drummer, carried totally by the drummer.
I guess we'll have to. Well, with this one, I guess we'll have to agree to disagree. I'm interested to know what our viewers think if you're watching this.
They all think. I tell you, they all think you're wrong.
Okay, well, let's see. If they want to call me out, they think I'm wrong. That's fine. That's fine. But it's also what the perspective of most important member is as well. Because
I didn't say most important. Oh, I did say most important.
You did say most important.
Most important was literally the thing that I said.
It's literally the most important thing you said. So I'm interested to know. It's a good debate.
I think poor drummer, poor band.
It's a good debate. I'm going to put it on the Facebook as well. Put it on the Facebook to see what people think. We'll do like a little survey.
I'm not saying by a stretch that if you have a great drummer and a bunch of absolutely abysmal players, then you're going to have a great band. I'm saying a great drummer can really lift an average band to sound pretty good.
I agree with that.
Therefore, making him the most important person.
Well, of that particular theorized band then. But then also... right, okay.
If you've got an amazing bedroom player guitarist who can shred his way through absolutely everything that you put in front of him, but you've got a crap drummer, the guitarist is going to sound crap.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
If I was listening to Slash and the drummer was drunk, I'd sub like fucking arsehole. This guy's really playing guitar.
Would you drive your car with a puncture?
No, we can't use cars. No.
Would you drive your car with a puncture?
I have done, yeah.
For how long?
No, maybe probably days.
All right. Would you drive your car with a flat tire? Flat.
I've had to change it a few times. I've driven it before for a few miles before I've had to go, shit, what's that?
So your engine in your car could be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Your electrics, your stereo in your car could be amazing. Your interior could be amazing. But your car ain't going anywhere without a fucking tyre. The drummer's a tyre. That's a weak analogy.
It's rubbery on the road and pops easily.
Your drummer is the tyres.
I think that
if you pop your drummer, your band ain't gonna go anywhere.
Pop your drummer, get him repaired with a puncture repairer, and then just stick him back on for a bit until he goes again. If he loses tread, you'll have to get rid of him.
Or unless you get one of them old school like retreaded ones.
Those retreaded. I see them all over join my band. Retreaded drummers. Yeah. They call them runners, don't they? Instead of drummers, they call them runners.
Anyway. Get the band on.
Yeah, we should get the band on. Kallugo, we're excited to get them on. Let's get them on now.
Go! So this week, our guests are Kallugo. We have to say Kallugo posh, apparently, don't we? Kallugo. Yeah. And we have Maddie and Kyle and Nathan.
Hello.
What do we actually do? I don't know what everybody does. Maddie's obviously the singer.
Yes.
Well, obviously.
Kyle's the drummer, because we're talking about...
Yeah.
I know, I've just blown the game.
You have that. Giving it away.
I fucked it up.
Fine, leave it in. It's fine, leave it in.
Fine. I like less editing, it's fun.
Yeah, so Maddie's the singer / sax player.
And we got Kyle's drummer. Nathan is bass.
I play bass, yes, I play bass.
Yeah. Are you a failed guitarist like Grainger, or are you actually good on the bass?
Cheeky.
Well, I've been playing bass too long. I've only been playing bass since we started Kallugo. I actually played lead guitar in my other bands. But I just thought I'd give it a go. Bit of change.
I did that.
Really enjoying it.
I did that for a bit. It was fun. I did move on after about 2 years. But yeah, it was fun for a bit. It's nice just being able to like sit back and sort of chill and not have to, and just, it's nice. I liked it. I liked it. Grainger, why did you play bass? Is it because you could only play power chords?
There's very, very many thoughts went into many sleepless nights went into it, and I made the decision to pick up the bass and drop the guitar because it was somebody said, "Do you want to join?" Somebody said, "Do you want to join my band?" But we don't need a guitarist, we need a bassist. I went, "All right then." Bought a bass. And then
That's you.
Well, then I preferred it to guitar. I actually preferred it because I found it a bit easier. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I have bigger hands and bass is thicker strings. I don't know.
That's what you're telling yourself.
Yeah, nothing to do.
It's because there's less strings to fuck up on.
Less soloing and less blisters. Awesome.
I am not degrading bass players. I'm degrading Grainger as a bass player.
Oh, the trolls are coming. Bassists, attack!
No, bass players are the heartbeat of the band. You're just a male guitarist now.
Yeah, I'm the heartbeat of the band if the heartbeat has got a pacemaker and a murmur.
Oh, Kallugo.
There you go.
That's it. There you go.
Good chat.
Yeah, Kallugo. Because, like, I don't know if you've had this before, but it sounds like a nice kind of Caribbean cocktail to me.
I was gonna say, I want to drink it.
I'll have a Kallugo on ice.
Where did it come from?
It literally came from nowhere. Like, we were making words up, like just putting random letters together, and yeah.
Well, when did you start? Well, like, how did you even get together? Like, what's the story of how it began? Take us back to the beginning.
Right, so it started with really me and Kyle. So we had another band, The Switch, which is where my brother comes from. He's the lead singer out of that band.
Yeah.
So that kind of fell apart with my brother going to university. So me and Kyle thought we'd start up another band because I didn't go to university myself. So we thought we'd start up another band. So we found Maddie through, I think it was a previous gig that we'd been to. She'd done a gig there as well. So our manager Steve managed to get hold of her, get rehearsing, and it was all going really good. And then we got Lewis, our guitarist. Was he the last one to come up? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we experimented with guitarists, didn't we?
Yeah, we experimented a bit with the guitarists.
For
we
a
had a
long
couple
time.
try out, and then so Lewis was the one that stuck. We found Lewis after we'd finished, and we've only, is it 2 gigs we've done? We haven't really done many. We've only done 3 gigs. 3 gigs we've done. But that's really how we got together. It was just, I think we found Lewis. I can't remember. It was was it someone on Facebook?
It was a guitar
like,
teacher. A guitar teacher had taught him in the past.
Yeah, something like that. But out of the blue. But it worked because we're doing all right.
Cool. No, it's
really
good.
how we got together.
How long have you been together for then? When did that happen? Like, what is it? Quite relatively new then? You're relatively a new band.
About a year now.
Oh, what a year to start in.
Yeah, absolutely nothing done really.
Well, to get 3 gigs in.
Yeah, I was going to say, you started within a year. You've had 3 gigs, and we've been through a 9-10 month pandemic now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think our first gig was in December 2019.
Yes.
I don't think I've even managed. Oh, in fact, I was working out the other day. I've had 1 rehearsal and 2 gigs in the last year.
Yeah, we've at the moment we've really kind of slowed down with rehearsing anything. We haven't rehearsed quite a while.
There's some bands. Oh, go on. Sorry. So I was just gonna say some bands do. It's not the same. I've tried it, but virtual rehearsals, like there are website, there are apps and things you can use, but it doesn't work. It doesn't unless you've all got. I mean, if you've all got like inputs and headphones and stuff, you can kind of do it, but it still doesn't really work the same.
No, not at all.
No way. I've tried it. There's too much. Like, I've got reasonable broadband, and there's just too much lag and latency between. And like, you get one guy who's not using the microphone. He's just using whatever his laptop came with, but it's on the other side of the room. And he's like, "Hello, I'm singing!" And like a guy just smashing on his drum kit with his phone up, sat on the
you got your drummer like on like power drums or something, on like superior drummers do like bass snare to a click track
on his normal keyboard.
Yeah, just tapping away.
Yeah,
Oh, no, wait.
that doesn't work.
No.
It's not.
So,
it's not the same.
of the 3 gigs you've done, then well, first of all, what are the? If you only done 3 gigs, you can count them on one hand. What were the 3 gigs?
One of them was like a Christmas fair. That sounds really naff, but it was like a Christmas thing at a cricket club. And then the second one was at a bar in Rottenstall, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think no one came to that.
No. That is a rite of passage, though.
It is.
Yeah.
That's why I don't play in original bands at the moment.
Mm.
Yeah, live rehearsal. That's all they are.
That's exactly what it were, just with a bit of booze.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Not for Maddie, but the rest of us.
Oh. Oh.
What are you saying then?
Where was the last one?
It was like
Tattoo place, wasn't it?
Pardon?
That tattoo place in Burnley.
Oh yes, that was it. It was the tattoo.
yeah, it was one we recorded to stream out. So again, there was no one there either.
Wow. Yeah, we were talking with one of the other bands we had on, did a couple of live stream gigs, and they loved it.
Yeah.
But I think I'd really struggle with it. Because, like, I don't know about you guys, what past experience you've got before this or whatever. Like, I get my energy on stage from what I'm getting back off the crowd. So,
Yeah, exactly.
if there's not much going on,
Weird.
yeah, or if there's just a camera in your face, you're like, yeah, this is weird.
Yeah. It's strange to get used to because when you saw used to having a crowd, but it wasn't too bad. I mean, we had like parents and stuff to cheer us on a bit. So
I love that. We're used to having a crowd. But you are right, and if you watch some of the videos we've done in the past, me and Pete mentioned it on numerous occasions, like that, like when you are playing a gig, if you do play a gig that's empty, because it is going to happen, like they just, even if you're like kind of on the upright, sometimes you just get a gig where it's just not the right fit, like for your style, you get put on with a band that are nothing like you, or you get put on in a venue that hasn't been advertised properly, or it's not been marked, whatever reason, and you play these gigs to basically nobody, and you've got to kind of like, you're going to decide like how you're going to do it, whether you're just going to use it as basically as a rehearsal, or like just practice your stage show, because you're on a stage, you're still on a stage, or sometimes you're not on a stage, but you know what I mean.
It's like, I liken it to like a job interview where you don't get the job, and all the experience is, it all adds up anyway.
Yeah,
That's a good way to put it.
But I mean, like, I've been to like the MEM before. It's only been half full. You're like, what? These guys are having a shit night.
Who did you go and see at the MEM that's only been half full?
I think I saw Blackstone Cherry, and it was like half full. You know, you normally get like ticket touts outside, like trying to flog your ticket for 200 quid. And they were there like, yeah, I'll give you £1 for your ticket. Like, no.
Oh. See, Blackstone Cherry would pack out Academy 1. That's where I think they would probably sit better.
I think I've seen them pack out MEM before. A couple of times, but this time it was just nothing. Anyway. I checked out your latest single. Latest video?
Oh, yeah.
Wake me up.
That was not what I was expecting. Very, forgive me if I offend anybody, very shoegazery, very kind of chilled out vibe, relaxed. It was nice. After we've had what we had on 3 metal bands now.
Yeah, a lot of metal bands.
Metal is not my thing. So yeah, it was nice to have a different.
Less screamy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We've had some screamies. So yeah, how did you kind of like? What's your influences? Where did you end up there?
I think Kyle came up with like the original music for it, like the chilled out vibe.
Yeah, I'm very like mongy, as I like to call it.
That's one way to put it.
And then I listened to it and kind of fit some lyrics into that and a melody. But yeah, it wasn't really like anything we'd done before. Like our last 2 singles have been a bit more upbeat than that.
Cool.
So it was nice to do something different.
So what's normal stuff then? Is it? Oh, go on, Grange. Go on.
No, I was just gonna say, what would you class yourselves as? I mean, because I was gonna just go under the general term of, I didn't know where to put you. It was kind of like indie, or like, but there's this slower things and these. So it's, I don't know.
I'd say, I don't know. I don't reckon we have something that we like stuck to. So we can just, just mess about. If I'm writing a song or if Maddie writes a song, I'm pretty sure we don't care what sort of genre it is, as long as it sounds good, it'll fit.
Yeah.
I used to really struggle with that when people were like, so what genre are you? And I was like rocky, grungy, like you'd never know how to answer that question.
I used to just say alternative. So easy to go. We're alternative because that's like
covers everything.
The most vague thing is like alternative. What? Just alternative. Just
yeah.
Maybe we should start using that.
Yeah.
Alternative indie shoegazing metal.
So, come on, out of the three, which was the best gig?
Last.
The last one.
Yeah, like it were a proper good sound setup and everything. And there's no better than having a punchy drum kit, honestly. And like the bass and everything and the vocals just coming through. It was like having a professional sound with no audience.
No audience to fuck it up.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's a good engineer, good venue.
Yeah, very good.
Where was it?
I forgot what's it called.
The Gallery.
That's
it.
We can plug them. The Gallery.
I'll see if I can get on. I'm sick of not gigging now.
Do you all agree? Do you all agree that's the same? That's your favourite, or?
I mean, we haven't got much to choose from, but
I don't really remember the others, to be honest.
I'd say
the first one wasn't too bad. The first one wasn't too bad.
The first one.
That was at
Marquee, I remember now.
Yeah.
Outside in the cold, that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Outside in December.
Yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't get out working.
Oof. So I remember doing that on the back of a wagon with you, Grange, once.
We did. I was wearing yellow jeans.
Stood there like rubbing guitar string to try and warm up a bit to keep him in tune.
I remember our hands were so cold. I remember playing thinking like, I can't, my power chord's not even.
That's because that's all Grange can play is a couple of power chords, by the way.
I was probably about your age at the time, guys, actually, like 18, like 17, 18, 19, 17, 18, Pete? You reckon, that gig? Pudsey Fest?
Yeah, maybe even younger, 16, 17.
16, 17, I had the most ridiculous emo hair. I mean, to be fair, like after listening to you guys, I'm like, shit, they're way better than we were. We were 17.
Miles better than
Just
what
put
we
into perspective how bad we were back then. But yeah, the other thing I was going to ask you actually, because this isn't something I've asked any other band, because a lot of bands have been going a bit longer, the ones we get on, but like, I don't know what your experience is of gigs and stuff, how many you've done, if you've done a lot, if you've not done a lot. This particular lineup has only done 3 gigs. Were any one of you, like, really shitting it? Was it like have you played on stages before? Were you, like, really nervous? Or was it kind of like you've done it before, doing other things, and you weren't really bothered?
Well, there's not really an audience, so there's not to really shit yourself about.
Yeah.
To be honest. So I don't know, maybe like I've done like I think 100 gigs something like 2 years ago or something. That's how much we used to do it, me and Nathan. But I don't think we're so worried about it. But I don't know. You can't really tell until you see your crowd and what sort of vibes are going on. So you don't really know.
It was a bit nerve-wracking, the fact that we're in a new band, but we all have past experiences with gigging. So I speak for myself when I say this, but I was confident going in, just maybe a bit nervous just about because it's a new band.
Confident going in.
The first one I was a bit nervous because I'd only ever sung like slow stuff like jazz or classical, so I didn't really have to like move around or perform, so I'd never like performed like moved around on stage, so I was a bit nervous about that. But the crowd helped me to just warm up a bit, I guess.
Yeah, it does, especially as well as if you've got a few friendly faces there as well.
Yeah.
That tends to make it a little bit easier. But even now, I must have done thousands.
Thousands of gigs?
Maybe not thousands. Hundreds.
We've done hundreds, yeah. We've definitely done hundreds.
Even now, though, I get to a gig, you turn up at the venue and you start unloading and, like, the butterflies start going again. It's good. Like, the first one back after this shit show will be epic.
Yeah.
Definitely. I don't think I could play more than 3 songs without being out of breath. I reckon I'd just be knackered.
Yeah.
My hands will start bleeding, one of them. They're gone all soft.
Yeah, fingers are gone soft.
End up with blisters all over your hands.
I've got blisters on my fingers. I love the adrenaline. Like, I do love the adrenaline. I don't get nervous. I probably will do my first one back after this, but it was the adrenaline I used to love more. I used to like thrive on it. Because of course, Madison, Maddie, you're basically fronting as well. So like, yeah, because you're a singer as well. So you've got that kind of, I don't know if I want to say extra pressure or not, but I guess in a way
it is extra pressure.
It is extra pressure.
Yeah, and
do you just sing or do you play guitar as well or anything like that?
yeah, I play guitar and sax, but I haven't played guitar in the band, but I've played sax.
Right, so you've not even, because I've done it like a couple of times at a rehearsal, fronting, just messing about, and not having something to hide behind. Like I feel like I can hide behind a guitar.
Yeah.
And like I've got like my pedal board, my guitar is kind of like a barrier between me and the crowd, rather than when it's just you stood there on your own.
Yeah.
I think it's the hardest job being the front person.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you feel like you have to be funny as well, I think.
Yeah. There's nothing I used to hate more than when he used to turn around in the middle of a gig and be like, I'm just going to grab a pint, talk. And I'm like,
yeah, talking's harder than playing.
yeah.
Some of them do.
It really depends on how you do it as well, because like some bands will have, like, obviously like big bands, they have bits rehearsed, and they'll like, other bands don't. Other bands just have like, just sing and do what you want, and they'll just say the most random stuff. Like we had a band on who I've seen them live, and yeah, he just says the most random crazy things. He's quite funny to watch because he is quite funny. And I guess like, yeah, but like I used to kind of have a list of things that you could like say, like mention merch, mention songs, mention next gig. And then other times, we had this policy, didn't we? Basically, we hated silence in between. Do you remember, Pete?
Yep.
We used to hate silence. So I used to just say the most random, like literally, I would just be like, whatever came into my head, like, hey, nice purple dress, love. I like purple too. It sounds like Schlurple. Like honestly, it's just the most.
Yeah, you
random.
would just talk utter crap between gigs.
Yeah, probably to the detriment of us, but.
Do you feel like you've got to try and prove yourself more?
Yeah, I think when I'm on stage, I think a lot of people are like, oh, it's a girl, so she better be good or something. So in that sense, yeah, I feel like I have to be better, because there aren't many female-fronted groups anymore. So people want them to be that next level up, but in the sense of like feeling comfortable around the rest of the band, they're really great guys. So it's all good.
Nice.
She's just saying it for camera, lads. She don't mean it.
I'll wait till we get off here.
I mean, I follow like hundreds of people on Instagram. 99% of them are guitarists. And like on all the lads' guitar posts, you see like, oh yeah, great playing, or you crap, go and practice. And all you ever see on the girls' ones is like derogatory comments or you're so pretty. Oh wow. And like you'd never say something like that to a lad.
Yeah.
Obviously it's not something I've ever experienced. But I mean, we used to have a female bass player for years, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. I can't imagine somebody going, oh, you're a guitarist. He's a right fit, you're a guitarist.
No, I mean, it's not something that we have to deal with. It's an extra...
Oh, no, I've never dealt with it. Trust me, never.
It's an extra like hurdle that you've got to get over. I suppose you've got to be quite thick-skinned as well, because people will be very quick to not judge, but criticise.
Yeah, I mean,
Rather
as a band, we haven't had any damaging comments or anything.
Damaging comments.
Not yet.
Damaging comments. The
That's good.
trolls haven't got you yet.
We got trolled the other day, didn't we?
We did. We had a very volatile comment from a very large twat.
What was it?
Apparently, Grainger's got a weird shaped head, and I need to buy more fake tan for my forehead.
I know. Like what? Like not the. Is it the? What's the proportion?
Come on, I tried.
Size.
It's lockdown. Can't
Incredibly
afford fake tan.
constructive criticism. I know. Yeah, but so you've got to take it on the chin if you do get any because not everyone's gonna, everyone's into different styles of music and stuff, and you will play some gigs in the future, mark my words. And in fact, Kyle probably already has in the past and with other gigs where you play gigs where not everybody's gonna like you. It's if they see, sometimes what it is when you catch it, when you hear it kind of when you're on stage, often people won't come to the end and say, by the way, I didn't like your or I didn't like this, but they generally don't do that. But then again, I don't know, you never know, do you? But it's if you hear people over speaking it when you're at the bar or something, you want to turn around and be like, but you can't really take it to heart because sometimes
You know what I want to say? Whenever you hear someone slag a band off and you're stood in the audience and you're like, you fucking get up there and do it, mate. See if you can do it better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Off your pop.
It used to happen when we were engineering a lot, didn't it, Pete?
Yeah. We used to do, I did it a lot more than Grainger, but we used to do loads of sound engineering in pubs and stuff. And people would come up to you as a sound man and be like, oh, yeah, this band's shit. And you're like, off you go then, mate. You go do it better.
Well, that guitar.
Do you know,
right.
Go on.
Do you not find it annoying when people come over to you, like you being a sound engineer and saying, oh, yeah, turn the highs up a bit.
I was just thinking about saying that.
I have.
That's the worst thing.
I have, before now, stepped back from the desk and gone, there you go, mate. And they shit themselves. Every time. They're like, I don't know how to do it. You're like, piss off and let me do the sound. I'm not making this band sound crap on purpose. That is not my job. I'm doing the best I can.
Yes, I decided to sabotage them.
The most interesting thing me and Nitty have had playing in the other band, we played in this venue, and it was like for some weird masquerade party or something like that. You might remember it, Nitty. We're in that old building. I forgot where it was.
Was it for a cult?
No, it was like someone's birthday party. I
can't remember this. Where was this?
You remember it now. We got told to keep turning down because we're too loud because there were neighbours about where this party were going on. So it was like a bar type place where you have dudes, and they kept coming over to us telling us to turn all guitars down. So they're literally not even on mics anymore. Volume's on 2. And then the next thing they say, can you turn the drums down? Yeah, of course. I can do that, can't I?
I remember that now.
Putting the sticks down, I ended up using my blooming fingers to play drums.
Yeah, they're good ones, them. Or we had one in February before all this happened, and the bar owner had booked us, and I was like, we're a loud rock band, and it was in the middle of Didsbury. I don't know, are you guys local? Are you around Manchester sort of area?
Pendle area.
It's north, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, anyway, so it's down in Didsbury, which is kind of student land, loads of houses around all the bars and stuff. And so this guy booked us, and I was like, that we're a loud rock band, we're not quiet. Anyway, yeah, it'll be fine. And he's walking around in the first set, because I'm playing cover bands now, so we usually do 2 or 3 sets. And he's wandering about, and I'm singing backing vocals, and he's literally got this fucking microphone, sound pressure level meter in front of my face. And he's like, I'm like, mate, you've got it in front of you've got it. It's like my microphone now. I'm just shouting down your microphone. Of course, it's going to be 100 dB because it's here. Yeah, that pisses me off. And then the police came in at the end and shut it down.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, and I swear on my kids' lives, right? I've got my amp. Then was a little 30 watt all valve. It can go loud, but it wasn't loud.
Yeah.
So we weren't caning it, and the police came and they shut it down.
That's
They were
right.
like, yeah, you need to stop now. Like, okay.
Did you still get paid?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
That's right.
Not our
That's
fault.
right.
That's good then.
Not our fault. But yeah, it's people like that. And like sound engineers, like we did one years ago, Granger, at your college.
Yep.
And the sound engineer was to me going like, yeah, turn down, turn down, turn down, turn down, turn down. I'm like, mate, my amp's off. Like, what do you want me to do? I turn down anymore, the amp is off.
Just play air guitar, that's all you need.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that actually. Yeah, it was a good gig that as well. All for us.
It was quite a good gig.
Yeah. So yes. Anyway, right. Have you had? You've only had 3 gigs, so it's difficult, really. But like, has anything happened at any of the gigs that has gone terribly wrong, disastrous? Apart from the lack of people, anything blow up? Anything really go potentially wrong? Or even before the gig? Go on.
Well, not at that gig, but me and Nathan played at this pub, and it had, I think, 1 plug socket. So we had extension lead into an extension lead, into an extension lead,
They're good then.
into another one. Yeah. And then he just started smoking mid-gig. I'm like, who's got a smoke machine here?
Yeah, they're good then ones.
Yeah, they are.
The plugs actually set on fire? The plugs?
Well, not, it weren't like on fire, but it was like proper smoking. You could smell it. It was like, what's that? Do you remember that, Nathan? In Burnley? Not Burnley, yeah. Nelson, that one. What?
Yeah, we've had a few like that.
That's the smell of burning wires.
If a fire marshal or something walks in now, we're going to get shut down. Or when you walk into the pub and they go, right, the stage is over there. So like, yeah, cool. I go, well, where's power? And he goes, it's behind the bar. You're like, oh, no, that's not going to work.
Just crack out the generator. Well, in that case, then, because you've only had three. You've only had 3. Use your words, Adam. You've only had 3 gigs together. So what about don't go because we might end up getting Kyle, your other bands and your other bands are in the future. There's an acoustic duo. What's the acoustic duo called again? It was
Ordle.
That's it, Ordle. And then you've got another, is it the covers band, I believe?
Yes, called The Switch.
Called The Switch, yeah. Pete's in an Oasis covers band, so he's joined the ranks.
2 covers bands, mate.
What's the other one? Oh, you are into covers bands, aren't you?
Yeah, we just play dad rock.
He's in the realm
Dad rock.
Yeah. He's in the realm of kind of covers and stuff. So maybe not going into those bands too much, because we might end up getting them on in the future. But
Right.
Are there any particular experiences or stories from any of you, all 3 of you, that have happened that you feel like sharing that were particularly either very good or very not good?
Well, we had...
Go
on, Kyle. No, go on.
Okay.
Go on.
All right. So it's not from this band, though.
Right.
It's from the Switch that me and Nathan used to be in. I think this is a classic one. We played. It was first time ever playing at a festival called Darwin Live, and it was a massive stage, and it was, he knows what's coming. We're absolutely like buzzing. It was jacked, and we went on stage and just rocking it with the shades and everything like that. And it's got all the girls. Bear in mind, we're like 15.
We were young here. We were young.
Yeah, so
15.
there's like girls there and stuff like that, and we come off and they're all wanting autographs and things like that. And then this shop owner comes out. This woman comes out. She's like, "Will you sign me tits?" I'm like, I've got my dad there. We've got this lad called Little Will, and he's like smaller than his bass guitar. He's about 14. He's right up for it. He goes in. Yeah. Just signing this woman's tit in like 15. There's photos of it as well.
There is.
That's amazing. I don't think we ever got asked to sign things like that, did we, Pete? I don't think it ever happened. I think the most I signed was the bill at the end of the bar.
You never paid for the tab, mate.
That's right. No, that's true. I didn't ever pay for a drink. No, I just had the snake bites on the house. What about you, Maddie? Because you've done jazz as well, so you've done other gigs, haven't you, with other completely different to this, but yeah.
Yeah, I've once done a gig by myself, and a guy came up to me at the end and was like, "That was the most unoriginal thing I've ever heard."
That's shocking.
I was.
Oh my god!
Did you
I was
spark it?
quite young at the time, so I got like really upset.
Oh, that's
And now I
brutal.
look back and I'm like, what?
That is brutal. What were we talking about being tough-skinned earlier?
As well. To walk up and say that to a young girl.
Is it?
I know.
Jesus.
Yeah, but see,
Yeah,
right,
smack
you
him
wouldn't
one.
go and say that to a bloke because he'd just deck you.
Exactly.
This is it, isn't it? This is it, you say.
Mm.
I'll tell you what I do, Maddie. You want to start punching people like that?
Yes. We don't condone any punching in the throat.
No, we do. If you deserve it, we do.
We've done an episode in the past. If you guys go to the Band for Life YouTube, whenever you get a chance, we've actually done episodes where we've mentioned and spoke about female guitarists, haven't we, Pete? And females in bands. And the reason why is because we used to have a female in our band for years.
Everyone was always like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's a girl."
Yeah, every gig they were like, "Oh, are you going on?" She's like,
She
"Yeah,
just
the
thought
bass."
she was just there with us.
Yeah.
And we're like, no,
Okay.
she is the band.
I know, the engineers would be like, "Ooh." Do you guys have any plugs or anything you want to plug? Like the like your pages, your merch, your potential, what the future, what is the future?
To eventually gigs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my future as well, hopefully.
An audience, there you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Listen to our songs on Spotify, iTunes, all them things.
Yeah.
Instagram page called Kallugo.
Yeah, and Facebook page.
Yep, we'll get it all linked in the description.
We will get links.
He did it!
What?
That's your favourite thing, that. It's in the description.
Yeah, I've been told to not do as much of it, right? Like a bit too much of it. I think I'm doing a bit too much of this.
Yeah, you do.
Link down below. Comment, subscribe, hit the like button.
Skip a few bits.
Right. Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
it's been lovely.
It's been a pleasure, guys.
Thank you for having us.
It's been a good laugh.
Thank you for taking the time out
from your busy
lockdown.
lockdown schedule.
Yeah.
Busy.
I'll go back to lying down on the sofa.
I was gonna say, I've done more today than I have done like all year. I've had a well mental day today. Hey, you guys don't care about that.
Cool. Awesome, guys. Let's go.
Cool, yeah. We'll see you later.
Yeah.
Thanks.
See you soon. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
God, we've got to talk about this fucking album.
Your face. Always put that in.
I'm going to put that in. That's going to be the intro.
This could be. I'm not going to give it away, but this is going to be your first 1-star review. 1.
Hang on, we can't go from out of 10 to ABC to star rating system now. It's never going to work.
It's 1 star out of 5 now. Half a star. A third of a star. 3 3/4 stars out of 7.5. If I have 2 apples and you have 2 bananas, how good is this album?
Right, come on, let's do it. Let's just do the album. Let's do this bullshit album.
You want to do the album? Okay, we'll do the album. So this is the album.
I don't even know what it's called.
Album of the week.
Album of the week ruined my life. And it's been the longest break between recordings.
Yes.
So it's been the longest time I've had to listen to this stupid album.
How many times have you listened to it, by the way?
Once.
No, you've got to listen to it more than once, Pete. You've got to.
I have. I listened to it once and a half.
Once and a half. You really did.
Twice.
Okay.
Maybe.
The album this week, shall I?
Hey, every time I listen to this album, it ruins my day. It literally ruins my day.
I've listened to this album numerous times. I'm a fan. Right, so this week, The album, the mysterious album that everyone's so eager to know.
I hope they never asked to come on the show because I'm going to have to try and be nice.
It was from 2007. So it's now 14 years old. I remember
ruining my life for 14 years.
I remember when it came out. And it is Enter Shikari, Take to the Skies. 13 songs. 13.
I'm sorry if you are Enter Shikari. I doubt it. I'm sorry if you love Enter Shikari. I'm sorry if you are any of Enter Shikari's parents. That is not a good album.
For me, this album defined this band.
Yeah, they defined that band as shit.
And this is the album that pretty much put them on the map. I mean,
yeah, no, it is. It definitely is.
It's their first album as well. First.
So yeah, so when you say it defined the album, it literally did define the band. Even it actually did.
I mean, the first song is called Enter Shikari.
Right. So once we finish this, I can finally delete this off my downloaded, recently added thing.
But why would you? You could put it on in the morning and listen to it as you got out of bed.
So right, I'm probably with the majority of people here, whereby the one track that I know is "Sorry You're Not a Winner." I believe it's track 3. Is it track 3?
It's no.
Oh my God, it's way down.
That's another popular one though. Anything can happen in the next half hour.
Yeah, that's how I feel like when I'm listening to it. I might just explode.
And Mothership is another good one. Like, they're good songs.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
I particularly like Johnny Sniper because it kind of reminds me of a video game.
Right. Here is my breakdown of this album. Track 1. Reasonable. I thought there was quite a cool intro.
Yep.
Track 2 onwards, crap.
Why?
Right,
Why?
so, right. I remember I never liked this band, even when they came out. And when you said that you wanted to do this as a Band for Life thing, I was like, ugh. So I thought, hey, I'll give them a shot. I'll give them another shot. Maybe 14-year-old Pete is going to not mind this band.
Your name?
The production quality on the album is poor.
Okay, I'll agree with this. The production quality is not... It
sounds like they recorded it in my garage.
They maybe did. I don't know. I mean, I think it's okay for a first album. I think there are issues.
It's poor.
There are issues. I think the vocals in particular are probably my major concern in terms of an issue. But
it sounds like someone recorded it for free at university as part of their coursework. A first year. We've never been in the studio before.
No, come now, come. It's in time.
Yeah, okay, it's in time. So, yeah, it sounds like a first-year student of sound engineering has decided to make an album with their friends. The songwriting is unoriginal. The sound itself is poor. And it's just shit. It's so shit. It was like the longest. How long is it? Because it felt like it was about 10 years.
I don't know the.
Why is iTunes not giving me the length of the album?
It's 53 minutes.
Right, it's the longest 53 minutes of my life.
I mean, there's Reprise 1. We've got Today Won't Go Down in History, which is kind of like a silently telling a story about like going into battle or something, you know. For I am, you'll never. That's kind of nice. Johnny Sniper. Oh,
I have something nice to say about it.
What was that? Mothership. We'll go on anyway.
I have something nice to say about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it sparked a whole genre And if it didn't spark the genre on its own, it certainly helped propel that genre.
That kind of, I mean, I don't know what to describe them. Electronic metal.
Sorry, what?
Electronic metal.
Oh, that's another thing. Oh my, buy a new synth. Every synth sound is the same. And it just sounds so like, it's like they've gone, we finished the album now. We need something to try and pad it out. What can we do? And one of them went, hey, my 3-year-old brother got one of them little keyboards for Christmas one year. Maybe we could use that.
Sorry, you're not. Oh, when the
I remember kind of liking that track.
Faded. That's the one everybody knows. You got.
Yeah, that's the one I remember.
Yeah. I'm going to be short and sweet on this, okay? I'm going to be really short and sweet, okay? This album I listened to probably when it came out or shortly after. I wasn't the hugest fan at the start, to be honest. I'll admit I wasn't a mega fan of the vocals. When I first listened to this years ago, I remember thinking, how this band got famous, the vocalist is shit. However, it has grown on me over the years, and it's not my favourite album in the world. It's nowhere near it, but it has grown on me, and I do generally like it. I like a couple of them are really outstanding. I think outstanding songs would be Sorry You're Not a Winner. I personally like Johnny Sniper, Anything Happen in the Next Half Hour, and Mothership. They're kind of my top 4. There are production issues with the album. It was their first album, and there are issues with the vocals. So it's not, but I mean, I don't have a major issue with it, and I quite like it.
I don't have a major issue with stuff with mistakes ending up in the final production and it not sounding the best. I mean, fucking hell, go and listen to Hendrix, go and listen to bloody Santana's Black Magic Woman. You hear the friggin' engineer shit himself and turn up the guitar at the beginning. It's like he fell on the mixing desk. there's like old, I think it's Sting, where at the beginning of the summer he sits on a piano and you just hear like this as he like his ass plays the piano.
Yeah. Green Day do it as well with Time of Your Life.
It's just poor. I think it's poor.
So musically, okay. So what? Okay. So the magic moment then. What are you going to give this album, or should I do mine first? Out of 10.
If you go higher than a 5, I'm going to climb through this screen and strangle you.
I've got a number in mind. I'm undecided between 2 numbers, actually.
Is it 0 and 1?
No. Okay, I'll go first then, shall I?
Yeah, go on.
I'm giving Enter Shikari, Take to the Skies, the album that defined that kind of music, that for them, a 7.
No.
I like it. No. I've listened to it several times.
No.
I'll run into it.
No. In all seriousness, right, I'm going to give him a 3.
I'm surprised you've given them a 3.
Right, no, here's my reasoning for giving them a 3. I understand what they do. I don't understand what they do. That's a lie. I don't get it. They did kickstart or were part of that massive wave of this kind of growly, metally, what the fuck even was it?
People who often like Pendulum, I think, often like Enter Shikari. I could be wrong on that, but...
I love Pendulum.
You hate Shikari.
I love, like, Pendulum is my workout, like, music.
Mm-hmm.
I love Pendulum.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like this album. So a 1 would be like if someone had recorded it on their phone.
Right, okay. We'll see if we can find you an album that you hate that much.
A 3 is my version of, at least you tried.
So 3 and 7 makes 10, half of 10 makes 5, which means the overall Band for Life score for this album is 5 out of 10. That's maths. That's maths.
No.
If you give it a lower score, it'll get a lower score. If you give it a 1, it'll get a 4.
What's the point in giving it a 1?
Okay.
Like, a 1 is like someone just hitting DJ. DJ. That would be a 1.
Wonderful.
At least they made an album.
Yeah.
Well done, boys. And to be fair, it's more than I've ever done musically, so carry on.
We should probably do our outro now then, shouldn't we?
Yeah, bye.
Yeah, bye.
You ruined my day again by bringing this album up.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back next week with more Band for Life. Please comment below if you like Enter Shikari, or if you hate Enter Shikari, or if you have any comments at all regarding this week's guests, Kallugo, ourselves, if you want to challenge us, if you want to tell us nice things, if you want to tell me about Enter Shikari or anything like that, or anything else that we spoke about at the start, then please do that, and we will see you next week.
See you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.